I'm tired of the disrespect. I'm tired of the disrespect. I was home for winter break. I'm here in this area. I don't want to reveal where I'm at because I don't want to dox myself. I'm here in Kalamazoo for school and such, and that's where my job is at Texas. I don't want to say where I work to not get myself in trouble with work, but I work at Texas, and so I was home for break. I told my boss this. I've had several problems with this boss before. When I got hired there, first of all, it took me 2 tries to get in, actually. I applied like a year before I actually got accepted with one email, Simon blank 283. The blank is my last name. I don't want to dox myself. I don't want to give out any personal information about myself. Simon blank 283. I never heard back, and then a couple months later I reapplied Simon blank 284, and lo and behold, there I am. They're like, all right, we're ready for you. And I got an interview, and the boss, we'll call her Janine, texted me, and she was like, oh, you seem perfect. You are the dream. She didn't say that, but she was like, you seem like a good fit. You want to come in for an interview? Come in at this time on this day. And I texted back, all right, sounds great. And I didn't hear a response, which is pretty typical. If you're working in the restaurant business, don't expect anything near clear communication. Didn't hear anything back, but I was like, okay, she told me to come in at this time. She was like, come in at this time for an interview, this day, this time. The day is coming up. I send like one confirmal message back, like, hey, just want to make sure we're still on. It's an hour drive for me, so I just want to confirm. Didn't hear anything back. And day of, I sent another text in the morning, like, hey, I'm still planning on coming. I hope this is all right. And this might sound stupid for me to go without hearing anything back, but I needed this job so badly. This was after I got back from Ecuador, so I was broke beyond belief, and I just started dating my girlfriend at the time, so she's gonna see me as this broke loser if I don't get a job and start stacking some paper. So I drive the hour, and I show up, and I'm like, hey, I'm here for an interview, and they're like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Get the fuck out of my store right now. That's basically the vibe that I got from the host at the front stand, who I later became pretty good friends with. But that's the vibe I got. She was like, nobody fucking told me we had an interview today. And I was like, yeah, Jess told me to come in. And they're like, okay, we'll look for her. Look for 2 seconds. Yeah, she's not even here. She has a funeral today. Don't you fucking know more than 1 week in advance that you have a funeral? Is this a day of funeral? Did your loved one die and you have the funeral on that day and you had no idea you would have it? You don't have this marked in your calendar or something? You made me drive an hour. You're not even fucking here. So the kitchen manager interviewed me, and he had no idea what the fuck he was doing. He doesn't do interviews for servers. He does interviews for people who flip steaks in the back, which is a great job too. The people who flip the steaks are very nice. I really like them, actually. But he basically just asked me like 3 questions that were on the resume sheet right in front of him. And then he was like, all right, well, I can't really do anything. You have to wait until you talk to the actual boss. So I was like, fucking of course. You couldn't, I texted you like 3 times several days before. You couldn't just fucking tell me not to fucking come in and coming out a different day. So I come back and I get the job and whatever. What was I even talking about originally? Oh, I was home for... That was just an example of the first problem I had with this boss. And she's just like so horrible at her job. Like scheduling, sometimes she'll hop on the expo line and try and like help with the food. Every single thing that she tries to put out is wrong. And I'll be like, hey, I need this, and you forgot this, and this. She got mad at me today for not running my salads when it clearly said on the tickets, salads as meal with the rest of the meal. So I wasn't supposed to run them. If you look at the ticket. So I was home for break. I told her about a month before, and she said, okay, Thank you for letting me know. I will put that in my scheduling. I will put that in the scheduling app for you, because I couldn't do it myself, because that whole month, like the Christmas month, had so many days where you couldn't even take off, because there were either like special holidays, they didn't want servers taking off, or too many people had already done it, so I couldn't even do it myself. But I was like, I made sure with another one of the managers that I would be able to do this. Like, you know, are college kids allowed to go home, or am I going to get fired? And he said, yeah, you're good. So I texted her, and she was like, yep, I'll put it in there. And then, you know, the week where I'm supposed to be going home rolls by, and I see I'm scheduled for the entire week. I'm like, obviously, I completely expected it at this point. So I work as many shifts as I can, and then I send her a text saying, hey, I can work until this day, but after that, I seriously need to go home. And I replied to my original message I had sent, where I said, I'll be gone from December 12th to, or like December 15th to January 12th. I have a very long break. And I worked like up until the 19th or something, because I was in town for another reason. Otherwise, I would have let it be someone else's problem. So yeah, I see that, and I messaged her, I really need to go home, and she was like, oh, okay, I'll remove your shifts. She didn't. And the whole week where I'm home, I have the managers texting me in my phone, hey, where are you? Are you coming in today? And I have to constantly, I told someone in like management or the boss who does the scheduling, I sent, with all them like texting me asking when I'm going to come in, and like my original messages, I told them I would be gone until January 12th 7 times. 7 times, and you're still asking me every single day, when am I coming in? When am I coming? I was on the schedule for every single day. And she repeatedly said, oh, I see you have your shifts there, I'll take them off for you. You know, sorry about that. And it's not my problem at this point, so I'm not responding to anybody anymore. I'm enjoying my vacation. And then I come back and I talk to my coworkers. I learned that at the time, she was so angry at me that she wanted to fire me, but legally she couldn't do anything. You wanted to fire me for your scheduling mistake. I am going to burn this place to the ground. I could not believe my ears when I heard that. And I'm tired of the disrespect by this restaurant. The reason I'm making this video is because they came out with a bunch of new rules yesterday about eating in the restaurant, which, full stop right there. This is something that's crazy to me. I've worked in a lot of restaurants before. At minimum, if you're a server there and you're working there for 8 hours and you're starving and you want to order some food, you at least get 50% off. Texas Roadhouse, it's 30%. I've worked at a place where they give you a free meal too, which is what you should be doing. Like, I have to be here for 8 hours and I'm working for you right next to you, and then if I want to eat and survive, I have to give you $10. Are you serious? I have to give you $10 out of my paycheck that I'm getting, the money I'm getting today, whatever. But yeah, we used to be able to order food pretty much whenever. They say don't order food between like 5 and 8 because it's the peak hours, but if it's slow, you know, who cares? They came out with a new rule today. The restaurant opens at 11 and closes at 10 most days. New rule, you can't order food between 12 and 8 or after 9. So you have 11 to 12 you can order food, and 8 to 9, which so many people have shifts only between the times that you can't order food. So you could be there for a full 8 hours and have to go home and you're not able to eat at all. And here's another thing she sent in the email. You're not allowed to bring food either. So there is no possible way for you to eat for a full 8 hours. You have to, what do they call it? Intermittent fasting, which is kind of good for me. I'm trying to watch my figure right now. But the point, the thesis, the point is, that's not right, even if you're getting skinny. But yeah, so you can't order food from 12 to 8. So I don't understand how that isn't even more annoying for the kitchen. The thing is, like, it's a stress on the kitchen if employees are ordering food when it's busy. You're making like 50 fucking orders and making one server's like chicken nuggets. Is that I guess that can be a little annoying, but how is that also not annoying if everybody orders their food right at 8, which is like what was happening. As soon as you're allowed to order food, everybody just sent their food through. And then everybody was in the back eating at the same time, so there's nobody out on the floor. They also made new rules about smoking outside. You're not allowed to, like, really smoke outside anymore, which is like, do you know you're running a restaurant here? Like, the staff has to be on drugs for this place to function at all. You can't take away smoke breaks in a restaurant. I don't really smoke that much at work. I never bring my own stuff. One time I got really drunk at work, but usually I just hit my coworkers' weed pens when I'm outside, allegedly, just for legal purposes. There was this one time they put me on a food running shift for some reason, which was another that was disrespectful too, because there was no reason why we needed one anyway. We never have food runners, and they just put me on it. It was like the slowest day of the year, so I was basically jerking off. So I was like, fuck this, I'm gonna go drink in my car. So I took a couple shots and I came back and I was feeling a little tipsy, and I worked for 2 hours and I was like, I'm not nearly drunk enough for this. I was having a lot of fun at first, but it started to wear off. So I went to my car, took a couple more shots. I don't want to sound like an alcoholic, but you know, you gotta get through the day somehow. And then at that point I was feeling really tipsy, and the second I came in my car, they were like, oh, the manager's been looking for you. And I was like, fuck, I'm gonna get fucking fired. They know somehow, and they were like, okay, you're cut, you can go home. And it's like, okay, well now I can't, because I'm wasted. So I had to like eat food at work to sober up, and then I drove home. But here's another thing. They have this thing called shops that we get. 2 times a month, someone from like corporate will come in. They'll just act like a completely regular customer. You have like some clues to know if basically what they do is they come in and eat, and they judge you and give you a score, and if you don't say all the magic words that you're supposed to do and perform all the specific actions that they want on their rubric, you get fired. You have to say at least 2 of our story points, or like these stupid fucking words you're supposed to say. You're supposed to say, would you like any legendary margaritas, or flavored lemonades, or would you like any hand-cut steaks, or made from scratch sides, some fresh baked bread, and all this stupid shit. And if you don't say enough stupid fucking shit, then you will fail the shop and you'll get fired. You have to greet the table within 45 seconds, which doesn't make sense anyway, because you come up to them, and your stupid shit that you have to say is you have to ask them if they want legendary margaritas or appetizers, and you have to try and get them to order an appetizer 25 seconds after they sit down, immediately when they sit down. No, like, I've never understood that at all. Like a 45-second greeting time. The only thing that happens when I do that is everybody just gets a water and nothing else, because they haven't had time to even think. I just spawn at the table as soon as they get seated. So yeah, you have to say all this stupid fucking shit. And I haven't gotten one yet. This is something that's kind of weird too. It's like completely random who gets them, and it's twice a month. There are some clues. Like, the shop is always a party of 2 people. They never order alcohol. Their bill is never over like $60 or something. And usually I can tell when I walk up to a table if it's some teenagers. Obviously it's not a shop, or if they're like super grumpy. I assume they're not. I assume the shops will like try and ask me questions and stuff, but I don't know. You can just, one day, like one table, if you're off your game and it's a shop, you fucking have to be homeless. And it's like, they don't know what it's like. You know what I mean? I assume that these shops that come in and judge you based off of a rubric of stupid fucking shit that you have to say haven't actually been a server before. Maybe you have, but I can't imagine ever doing that to another server. I know that none of us say this stupid shit unless we think we're being watched. You have to like constantly upsell, and it's just stupid. So I almost get fired for the clearest communication in the world. I tell you a month in advance when I'm going to be gone. You agree to it, and then when I don't show up, you're angry and you want to fire me. We have twice a month like secret agents who come in to try and get us fired. We can't eat in the restaurant. We don't even get half off food when we do for the 1 second window of your 8-hour shift that you're able to eat something. We only get 30% off. Even the people that they're training, if you're training, you usually get a free meal. They didn't give this girl a free meal today because it was during the special secret new hours that we added yesterday where you're not allowed to get food. So this girl worked, 6 hours for $12 an hour, because when you're training you don't make tips, and she can't even fucking eat at the end of it. And if she did, it would be half of what she made that day. She's not making anything at all. So this is stupid. There are so many parts about serving in this job that really suck, but the people really make it worth it. And that's the thing at the end of the day. We're all in this together. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. There are some people there that if they quit, I would be gone in a second. I don't. Why would I stay at this place if the people there also sucked? So I have a really good group of friends there. Oh, here's another thing. They have the brag report, but they have this report. It is a score based on your sales, like what percent of tables order appetizers, add-ons to their steak, if combos, and drinks, and everything is calculated into a score, and then they publish the score sometimes, everybody's score on a sheet on the whiteboard. And if you're below 100%, there's a good chance that they're going to punish you and only give you 2 tables. So you can work 8 hours and only have a 2-table section. You'll probably only get 12 tables in that whole time. And this girl had this happen to her the other day. She worked 8 hours and made $67. It's insane. You get punished for your table not ordering an appetizer. And I know if you try and upsell, it will work and you will get more sales on that stuff. But it's just oh my God, there's all this shit we have to do. Last month was gift card season. If we didn't sell enough gift cards, we would have to meet with the manager and take basically an upselling class where you have to learn to pander to your tables more and make them spend more money, which I always feel horrible doing. But I have gotten pretty good at it, I'm not gonna lie. I'll be getting the table to agree to shit that they wouldn't if they knew how much it was. But that's what you're supposed to do. You have to trick your table into ordering more shit, and you have to say the magic fucking words or you're gonna get fired. So I doubt I'll be at this job in a year, but if everybody who I like stays there, then I probably will, because at the end of the day, today I made $24 an hour, and it was so easy. So, we'll see. Anyways, Simon 1 billion.